everybody. Welcome to part 2 of the Squig Pit. If you missed part 1, it's in my channel. Otherwise, basically all we did was cut a crater structure out of insulation foam, and then I coated it with caulk, like you would seal a bathtub with, to give it a texture. And really that's all the further I got. Doesn't sound like much. So this episode we are just going to clean up the edges, cut off the extra caulk, paint it, and then add our details. There's some miniatures I want to put in there, a fence I want to put up, barbed wire, things like that. So we should be able to cover that all together, and then by the end of this video the Squig Pit should be done and ready to go. So I'm gonna get started. So I have the crater painted, that's all set to go. I found some bits, got those painted up, so you have some skulls and tusks, a severed hand that we can throw in there, a couple clamp traps in case the squid gets out. Colored some wooden craft sticks to be our fence stakes, and I actually forgot to do a pile while I had that going, so now that's something we can cover on camera. So what I did for that was I take my sticks, get something to hold them on here, and I get them pretty soaking wet right off the bat. You could just dunk them right into your water cup if you wanted to, which is probably what I'm going to do here. Save some time. Okay, so now that they're wet, I'm going to take a couple different colors here of paint. I have some black and a couple different shades of brown, and just dab them onto the wood. So this way when the wood's already wet, I'm using wet paint, it kind of spreads as I add it. See if I can zoom in here. Then I'll just dab on a couple areas of brown. And that'll kind of just mix in with the black spots as we go along. And I keep doing this until I have most of the wood covered. Trying to make it look old and weathered. And here's one of the finished. This guy right here is already done. Okay, that should be good. I'll let those dry and we'll work on adding some of these details in. Okay, as I start adding these bits in, I think I'm going to start from the inside out just so I have more room to maneuver with my hand and stuff. So it means I'm going to start with my squigs, and on a couple of these, oh, I forgot one. On a couple of these I added, let's see if I can focus on something here. This way. I added a little rod coming out of their foot just so they have more stability and like an anchor into the foam. This guy, I think I'm actually going to put mid-air, he's falling off the ledge, into the pit. So I'm just going to cover this rod in PVA glue and lodge him into the foam. Okay, that's one. I'll just keep going with the rest. Some of these I don't have a pin rod coming out of it. They're going to end up down here in the pit because I don't have any foam under there to lodge into. It's just the base. So some of these guys I couldn't work with as easily. They're going to get stuck down there so they don't get seen as much. That looks like he's looking at a wall. Probably not good. Some of these really should have a pin coming out the bottom because this guy with the spikes is really top heavy. Because his left leg is up. Have a lot to stabilize him on. I could probably sit and hold him in this position until it dries, but I don't want to spend that kind of time here. Maybe that'll work. Just really forcing him down into that silicone. Maybe that'll hold him until it dries. Don't touch it. Okay, these two guys still have their slats on the bottom from sticking it into the base. So for these I can just cut a slit into the foam. So we got our little goblin on duty. See if I can line this up to look like he actually is aiming at the squig. That would help. And then we got one runner. Let's see, where would he get out? Oh, and that guy fell. Shit. Let's try this. I have a little chunk of foam. That should fit better. Kind of fill in that gap. So let me paint that black before we put it in so it's not so obvious. Oh, Christ. Really don't want to hold these guys until they dry. Take that, gravity. Okay. Now stay. Let's move on to some of this other stuff. Remind me to keep an eye on those guys. Let's see. I think I'm going to start with the traps, so then I can fill any gaps that look too empty with the skulls and the rest of his stuff. So just kind of. There's still a lot of glue showing here, but I'm not gonna be too concerned about that right now. It'll shrink as it dries, and then I'll put a wash or something over it so it blends in a little bit better. Okay, it's coming to life, guys. I realized while I was putting the fence in, though, I should probably make a gate so that when this guy isn't standing here, the Squig can't just crawl out of the door. So I'll have to do that. I have some extra pieces here. I might be able to squeeze that out of there. Let's do this stuff first. Now what? We would turn some more lights on here. That's where we are so far. I have some chains I can add to the traps to their stakes. I'm gonna find a tutorial on barbed wire to go around the fence. I'm gonna have to make a gate. There's still some kind of uninteresting areas here. Might look into something to put in there too, even if it's just more dirt or something. I might add some more grime and stuff around the edges on the inside, because that looks far too clean. So yeah. Maybe I can just do that chain right now. What time is it? Oh god, 6 o'clock. Let's do that quick. this chain. Got it for like $3 at a jewelry store on clearance. I'm going to take a small gauged wire and wrap it through the first link, and then take that wire and wrap it around the stake. And then for the trap, I'm just going to glue it straight to the side of the trap. I really wish I had a needle nose pliers up here. Actually, I probably do. I just don't feel like getting up to look for it. How the hell did I lose that wire already? I just had it. It's another one of those days I've woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Couldn't sleep, so I came up here, and now I'm losing my mind. Where the hell did it go? Found it. God damn. Of course it was in plain sight. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do. Otherwise I'm gonna start getting really crabby. So yeah, I think next we're gonna work on the barbed wire. And then see what else I come up with. Okay, my glue has pretty well been set, and it actually dried fairly clear. Take a little close-up tour here around the pit. Like, especially in these traps, there was some pretty big gobs of glue, and you can't hardly tell that there's anything there now. So that's cool. And then I did look up a barbed wire tutorial, and I got it started and attached right now. But I originally found the tutorial here on YouTube by a guy called EonsOfBattle. I'll put the link down in the description for this video. It's a really nice quick tutorial. It's only about 2 minutes long, and it's real easy to follow. So I would go check that out if you wanted to make your own barbed wire. So yeah, I have it attached right now to the first post, and then I'll just wrap it around the rest of the fences. Just zoom out a little bit so you can get a better view. And the wire's still pretty shiny right now. It looks brand new. But after I wrap it around the fences, I'll put like a black wash on it and maybe some rust spots. I was going to take the wire and wrap it around each fence post as I went. Like this. Which would have looked a lot better. But I don't have enough wire for that. I run out about 3/4 of the way. So I'm just going to wrap it around the outside of the perimeter and like put a dab of super glue on each post so they stay. And I think that'll work just fine too. Then I'll wrap it around this last post to anchor the whole wire. And then just cut off the extra. And I did make a little gate. Just going to attach that to this outer post over here. And like I said earlier, I need to dull down this metal a little bit, so I'm going to water down some black paint, brush that on. Okay, that's done. Another thing I wanted to add was some more just like gross stuff down in the pit. What I'm going to take is some coffee grounds, and I'm going to mix it with like a gloss medium, like a paint medium. And then build up little piles of dirt around the edges. So this is making a nice clumpy mixture. I'm just going to scoop up some with my brush and then dab it into the pit. Okay, there's that. I can get some light in there for you to see that. Okay, and let's see what else. I think I mentioned last time that some of these open areas still kind of bother me. Looks like they're missing something, so I think I'm actually just going to put some stones in there using like gravel, like you'd fill a driveway with or something, and then just kind of squish them in so they look like they've sunken into the mud. So I'm going to go find some stones and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Put some PV glue on them and then cut a little slit so they push in easier. She likes to bounce back though. Cut some more of this caulk away. Okay, that looks better to me. So I'm going to just add some more color to these stones. They look kind of monotone right now, so I'm going to do a wash of the Citadel Sepia on those, probably around the rest of the thing, too, in a couple spots, just to add some more variety to the color. And I'll probably do some black washes up this trail, and then I think I might be done. I'll let this dry and then that'll be the end of the squig pit. Okay, we are done. Done. So I'm pretty pleased with how well this turned out, despite all the hiccups and hurdles along the way, but everything is pretty stable. I'm confident in how it'll stand up over time and gameplay and storage and things like that. So this is the first piece of the orc set. The next thing I'll probably be working on is a wall with a gate to it, and I'm gonna hopefully try and add some LED lights into it to make it look like it's on fire. So that should be interesting. I also want to make a giant spider web, so hopefully that'll happen too. I'm not sure which one of those I'm going to do first, either the gate or the spider web, but there will be stuff coming. In other news, I put more pieces up in my store, www.terrainwench.com. unscripted.com/store. I just need to clean up some of this crap and get it out of here. So I have this little bubbly blood lava crater thing that's up there. This Egyptian like loot pile. A little mummy coming out of a sarcophagus. That's been up there for a while. I have a lopsided crumbling tower up there, and an idol of Mork, which kind of sad to part with, but I think I can make him better and make it a set of matching terrain. I have an old sticker on the bottom of this. So anyways, feel free to check that out. Feel free to buy all of it because I don't want it hanging around anymore. You'll also see in there a pre-order for a t-shirt. It has a Warhammer's Widows logo on it. So if you need something to appease the ladies of your life, feel free to order that shirt. You'll have until the end of the year, and you should probably get them in the mail by the end of January. So that's all the stuff going on right now, and I will see you when I start my next project. Thanks for watching, everybody.